Hey guys, welcome to my first video on this channel. I have posted Pokemon Go in the past, but things happen with accounts, things happen with emails, but I'm taking it back up from where I left off, and today I'm introducing a team that I did pretty decently with. I got 5-0 with it. It's Skeledirge and Ampharos. Ampharos leads, Skeledirge closer, Quagsire just in the middle. I wouldn't call it a safe switch. And the role of Ampharos is to either get shields down or weaken harsh leads for Skeledirge to sweep in the back, regardless if it has to use shields, because both Pokemon like shield advantage. But if Ampharos can get shields down on both sides, so zeros into zeros, normally Skeledirge can tank a hit, and with the boosted Incinerate damage and the Shadow Ball coming from a stab Pokemon, it hits hard. Hopping into the first match, we are leading Ampharos into Beedrill. Obviously, it's early season, but because of the shiny, I had a feeling it probably had drill runs, so it was still a harsh-ish lead. Here, I could have full sent the Focus Blast. That would have been an interesting move to do, but I switched into Quagsire because of the Stone Edge, and I get to it really fast with Mudshot. I run Aquatail as well because it's similar to the Green situation where it's 8 turns to an Aquatail and it can chip away at a lot of neutral matchups, so it's pretty decent in that sense. As you can see, once I land the Stone Edge, I can just spam out Aquatails, and this is where the 4-turn thing comes in, because I'm going, well, the 8-turn. I'm throwing a 2-turn move against a 3-turn move, which means they're getting to a Dark Horse in, I believe, 12 turns, whereas I can get to 1.5 Aquatails in that time. They get a farm down with Obstagoon, so I bait with I come in with Ampharos, bait with the Brutal Swing, and now I believe I can throw 2. I have to shield here. I can throw, it's 3 Focus Blasts, right? Okay, and then you know what's happening. Boom! Oh, I love landing Focus Blasts, and this is just kind of awkward for them. With the Poison Jab damage, I can just let the Drill Run go through. It does a lot of damage. Shadow Ball easily going to get the KO here. There's just no chance for a return. Into the second match, surprise, leading Ampharos into Primeape. Again, some of the leads are a bit iffy, but the counter damage here is shredding through Ampharos, being a very attack-weighted Pokemon. I can bank a Brutal Swing, swap into Quagsire because of the 8 turns to an Aquatail. I throw the Aquatail. It's going to do some decent damage because Primeape itself is a very attack-weighted Pokemon. So I can just tank a Night Slash because Quagsire has some considerable bulk to it. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon around. Definitely not as bulky as its brother, Clodsire, which I do enjoy using. They swap into Hypno here. Hypno is bulky. Ignore the overlay here. Somebody sent me a message and it was privacy reasons. But yeah, Hypno is bulky. But Volt Switches do a lot, add up quite a bit. Brutal Swing is such a low energy move, so I can just spam out these Brutal Swings, and Brutal Swings do a lot of damage to a Hypno. But in this, they throw a Thunder Punch, and I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. I believe I can just, I might have to go for a Disarming Voice and then a Shadow Ball here, just to make sure that I do get the KO, because I don't want them to get to another move. So I throw the Disarming Voice, I get to the Shadow Ball, that's fine. Talonflame's going to go down here, and then they're going to send in their third Pokemon. I get to the Shadow Ball in time, and there is multiple other ways I could have won that match, but that's the way it happened. Into the next match, Ampharos into Greedent. Greedent is such an annoying Pokemon to have to deal with, but if I just tank a Body Slam, why would they shield back? Why would they shield back? Does the Greedent shield? Oh, it shields. That's unfortunate, but you can't land them all. It's very satisfying when you do. I bring in Skeledirge because their moveset is walled. They're only doing damage with Mudshots, which I can start adding up now because they're double buffed. I fire out the disarming voice, doesn't do a lot of damage. I believe I incinerate and then switch into Quagsire just to get a little bit of an energy lead. What do they send in? Skarmory. This is a dominant matchup for Quagsire. I can just spam out Aqua Tail after Aqua Tail after Aqua Tail, and all they can hit me for is neutral Sky Attack, because I have the shield. They wouldn't risk Brave Birding because of the Skeledirge in the back. Another overlay, sorry. They wouldn't risk the Brave Bird because I'd just farm them down with Skeledirge, and the fact that they switched this in here makes me think that they are either weak to Skeledirge, and they're basically trying to make sure that Skeledirge doesn't get as much farm, or they were weak to Quagsire, and we see that was the case. They were definitely weak to Quagsire. Here, I have a Wincon, and I have to go for it. And my Wincon is bait the disarming voice, send the Shadow Ball, and I believe I have to just commit to the farm down against Skarmory. And I didn't know how close they were to a move, but they didn't get to it in time. Third match, Ampharos into Shadow, Shiny, Alola Marowak. Big flex. I did post a short of this match. I did laugh at this match because it was like it was just rock, paper, scissors. Like, yeah, they can do super effective damage back to me, but I get to mine so much quicker. And it's like Brutal Swing does 60-ish, maybe more. I had to go for the Focus Blast. They're not expecting the Focus Blast. They're probably expecting a Trailblazer. And boom! Oh, I love landing the Focus Blast. I don't know if you guys know, but according to PvPoke, a 2-shield energy advantage Ampharos, not even Shadow, has 0 losses in the Great League. Same for the Ultra League. Like, if you have a singular Volt Switch, you can win the hardest matchup for Clodsire, and that being... for Ampharos, in which being Clodsire. It's such an insane Pokemon. Here, I feel like if they didn't get the debuff, it probably could have made it... Joining battle either number 4 or 5 here. Oh, I remember this match. Okay, leading Ampharos into Skarmory, they safe switch into a potential Trailblazer user. Not the smartest move, but I had somebody in a comment section, I recommended this team to, I think, Yonkers. They said, how does Ampharos deal with Swampert without Trailblaze? This Brutal Swing does a lot of damage. Could you imagine if that was a 2-shield on 2-shield? Like, realistically, we're looking pretty good there. They did, like, this doesn't really go to show, but yeah. I did double shield, so they threw all their energy, so then I can come in with Quagsire, farm it down. Ampharos doesn't need to beat Swampert in this team comp. It needs to get it low, which it does very well. Here, I throw a Stone Edge. It's the hardest hitting move. It lands. It does about half of Ludicolo's health. And Ludicolo is a relatively bulky Pokemon. I think it's similar to Quagsire, because as you can see, that Scald and Stone Edge did about the same damage. So I'd probably say Ludicolo is a bit... I mean, one stat. I think they're about the same, yeah. I could have gone for a Octail there just to make this farm easier for Skeledirge, but I didn't. And this is their game-losing mistake. They switched back into their Skarmory, into an Incinerate user. They could have just stayed in. I'm sure they had the Scald there. They could have easily stayed in, but they didn't. And they threw the game by doing that. Because even if that Scald didn't KO, they probably could have just steel winged me down, and that would have been their win. All in all, GG's to all the opponents I faced in this video. Some of the team comps were a little bit weird. Some of the decisions that they made were a little bit strange, but it's early seasons. Early seasons are for having fun, and that's exactly what this team does. Ampharos and Skeledirge are very risky to use on the same team because they both benefit from shield advantage, like, heavily. But having them together, having one of them being able to get down shields and get something really low, and just allowing Skeletor to sweep in the back, they are such a devastating duo together, and I honestly do see myself trying to make this work in the higher ranks, like Ace or Veteran. Just higher up I go, I feel like this team could still be putting in work. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. This video is very fun to make, and it's a nice little return to YouTube. I haven't posted in over a year since I lost my old channel. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.